Hello, friends. Hello, hello. My name is Janessa Oriel, and I am the head of Amy Seller Enablement. Now, as some of you may know, my former title used to be head of community. And so today I'm going to actually dive back into that topic just a little bit. So I came live here without my trusty phone. Normally I have this up and running, but I decided that it wasn't necessary for today's topic. Okay. So today we're going to talk about change management specifically and how to, when things sort of shift, right? Whether it's the season, summer is sort of an incredible time, but also a stressful one because at least in this house, we typically have our schedules and routines go out the window, and there's an opportunity to have flex time, and it is both good and it's also a little bit chaotic. So for me, that's happening right now. Summer schedule is challenging. That is a change from normal routine, and building routine is something that's really important to me. Sometimes change comes not necessarily from something that you would have chosen. The book Who Moved My Cheese comes to mind, and that's really an oldie but a goodie. But sometimes change happens and you may not have anticipated it, you may not have been prepared for it, but I want to remind you, anytime change happens, you are in control of your actions, your thoughts, and the things that you can do to help you manage that change. What am I talking about? You have the ability to connect with your community. You have the ability to connect with those that are in similar situations. Maybe it's your upline, maybe it's your downline, maybe it's your sideline. Typically, most people rely on their uplines for this, but keep in mind, anybody in your position, if you have somebody, a friend along the same level as you, especially for our direct sales friends, we want to remind you that you can lean on each other to figure out a routine that works for you. What's one of the best ways to do that? Of course, diving back into Amy and using your to-dos. When all else fails, providing customer service to your team, not to your team, well, to your team as well, providing customer service and excellent customer service in the form of checking in on orders, offering up suggestions, asking how somebody's doing, asking them how they're dealing with the seasonal change in terms of routine, for example, with it being summer. You have the ability to build and grow some sort of normalcy. You have the ability, by diving into your Amy to-dos, you have the ability to see what your goal is, see how you can work towards your goal, and provide great customer service, which bring your customers back to you over and over and over again. So being able to work with your community to build in that routine and have an accountability buddy, being able to ask, have you done anything for your business today? Are you overwhelmed? Is there anything that I can help with? Or more specifically, have you dove into Amy today? If you're both Amy users, we strongly encourage that, of course. Then I encourage you to utilize your networks to be able to help you whenever things are in flux or if things are unsure. Especially, again, we're in a J month, as we know. J months typically are slower, primarily because those that are typically selling, because they have the ability to, they're not out on vacation or whatever. Not that I'm saying that vacation's bad, but you have the ability to dive back into something, some sort of routine. Okay. And then you have the ability also to cheer somebody else on. There's big power in community, and I know you have someone out there that is absolutely cheering for you. Find that person, work with them, provide value to them. They'll provide value to you, right? So wishing you all the best. I'm not sure, I'm not seeing comments, and that just might be because things are off. So if you're here, say hello. I will go ahead and chime in, or I'll respond in comments. Or if you're watching on YouTube, thanks so much for joining me here as well. We're here to cheer you on. I hope that the summer treats you really well and that your customers are super grateful to be able to hear from you because you're following up using Amy. Thanks, friends. See ya.